Our winner for the Archway Great Hearts Bard competition is Elinor Patient.
Great Hearts has a new bard. It's the annual poetry event that shines a light on our young scholars, bringing words to life through the beauty of verse.
Studying the poem and finding the emotions in the poem.
In sports, former high school volleyball star turned Olympian, Sarah Sponcil is making headlines again. As she spikes her way into the professional league, we'll set into how her years at Great Hearts shaped her journey and continue to influence her career.
I always encourage kids when I go back and talk to keep sticking with it.
And as the school year winds down, summer promises new adventures. We're ready to enchant with camps that offer more than just fun. They're infused with the spirit of classical learning.
Welcome to Great Hearts Great Stories. I'm Monica Pollock, a senior at Great Hearts Anthem.
And I'm Anthony Bartlett, also a senior year. Grant Miner will be joining us later in the segment.
We've got a lot of great stories, so let's get started.
12 of our 3rd through 5th grade scholars have joined together at the 11th annual poetry competition.
Welcome to our 2023 Great Hearts Bard competition. It's for students 3rd grade through 5th. Students recite the poem that gave them the school award. The winner of each school gets to represent their school as their bard. We have 4 judges who have done this before and have experience with listening to poetry and understanding it, and an accuracy judge.
I'll be reciting the new Colossus.
We use what's called poetry out loud scoring that looks at physical appearance.
Do they have confidence? Do they have a command of the stage?
Give me you're tired, you're poor.
Voice and articulation.
Is their intonation and their pacing appropriate to the poem?
The mass will arrive then.
Dramatic appropriateness.
This is the one that can be the most tricky.
They be higher, higher, higher with a desperate desire. The roomiest bend or snatch.
We're looking for bards who have internalized the meaning of the poem to the point where their gestures and facial expressions are appropriate to the poem, not overbearing the poem.
Evidence of understanding.
I lift my lamp
If they interpret the poem well.
beside the golden door.
And then the overall performance.
Did their performance add something to our understanding of the poem?
An elephant with shining tusks came chasing after me.
It's a great event.
Hear the tolling of the bells, iron bells. What a world of song thought that Monday compels.
It's not a theatrical or dramatic portrayal.
But let that old oak stand.
It's an ability to make the poem come alive
The jaws that bite, the claws that catch.
and move through very slight gestures,
Bloodshot.
slight tones,
The stars and the moon are envious of each other.
really pulling the audience in.
From the sky to the earth, from the earth to the sea, your chorus re-echoed. The people are free.
Understanding and feeling the poem.
Hear the loud alarm bells, brazen bells. What tale of terror now their turbancy tells.
All my good manners have moved 1,000 miles away. The saber was sharpened, the time-rusted blade. He took his vorpal sword in hand. 'Twas my forefather's hand. Long time the Maxome foe he sought, twisted by knave to make a trap for fools. He declared he'd grind my bones and make them into bread. And watch the white eyes writhing in his face. I see him there, bringing a stone, grasped firmly by the top, in each hand, like an old stone savage armed. Like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land.
There, no mother's ear can hear them.
Some really beautiful poems were recited tonight. This was a very close competition. Our winner for the 2023 Archway Great Hearts Choir Competition is Elinor Patient.
Studying the poem and finding what it means and trying to be the narrator of the poem, to feel the emotions in the poem, and just getting in character before you do your poem, thinking about it and having a special position, or in some cases maybe a voice that really helps you get in character. And also practice, and keep practicing. Good fences make good neighbors.
Stick around to watch your entire recitation of Mending Wall by Robert Frost at the end of this newscast.
And now let's turn it over to Grant Miner for a few stories about our exceptional athletes. Grant?
Thanks, Anthony. Since high school graduation, Veritas Prep alumni Sarah Sponcil has gone on to play beach volleyball in college and even represented Team USA in the Olympics. Now she's back inside playing professional indoor volleyball, signing with the Grand Rapids Rise, part of PVF, the Professional Volleyball Federation. We recently had an opportunity to speak with Sarah and her parents about the experience of being a student athlete at Great Hearts.
So I went to Veritas, I think 2010 to 2013.
Veritas was pretty tough for Sarah. She transferred in her 7th grade year.
The first thing that comes to my mind is that it was very hard school for me. I was not like the best student, but I worked really hard.
I give her credit that she grinded and made it through, and it really helped her when she got into college.
Yeah, it was just very demanding, but looking back, I wouldn't change a thing. I think it prepared me so much for college, and I would say college was a little bit more easier than Veritas. So I always encourage kids when I go back and talk to keep sticking with it, because it might seem hard, but they'll probably thank their parents for sending them there when they look back.
When we first got the girls, both Rebecca and Sarah, into volleyball when they were 6 and 9, it was really just to keep them busy and give them have a sport to give them confidence. But as they both got older, they were both really good, and we kind of started thinking that it was possible maybe to
Are they going to go to college?
have
could
a college
could they play?
opportunity, and play ball.
I committed really early. I committed going into my sophomore year at Veritas to go to Loyola Marymount, and so I went to California and I stayed with LMU for 3 seasons. So I played 2 years of beach volleyball for them, and then I played 3 seasons of indoor volleyball for LMU as well. Once the coaching staff left, I started looking elsewhere, and I ended up going to UCLA and committing to them for a full ride for my last indoor season in 2017. And then I played 2 years for the Bruins on their beach side, and where we won 2 national championships in 18 and 19.
I think when she got to be about a sophomore, junior in high school, she had a collage on her wall that she created out of magazine clippings that are of famous professional volleyball players, beach volleyball players. So I guess at that point she might have had that inspiration.
She said, I'm going. I'll be in the Olympics one day.
To be honest, I didn't know it would be this fast, especially, being told like, oh my gosh, you're, an Olympic hopeful, you're 3rd in the race, and we're the youngest American team to ever go represent the US. And that was, that was shocking. I'm like, oh, the Olympics, maybe when I'm like late 20s. But, being 24, it was just, like I said earlier, it was a whirlwind. I don't know how else to explain it, but lots of emotions, highs, lows. But yeah, it taught me a lot those years leading up to the Olympics.
So Sarah just signed with a professional indoor volleyball league called PVF, Professional Volleyball Federation, and she's playing in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Coming into the PVF, I mean, I haven't played indoor in 6 years, and I knew that, you know, there's bigger girls, the game has changed, there's more powerful hitters and more advanced setters, and I'm blessed to have been picked up by a team just in general, because it was kind of a shot in the dark, just seeing if I would even be picked up. Looking back, I'm so grateful to have gone to Veritas just for the education alone. They teach you how to think. They teach you about the truth. I was proud to go to a smaller school and you know, still make it and still do really well and help my team. And I'm so grateful that my parents sent me to Veritas. Not in the moment, but now I do.
Speaking of alumni making spikes in volleyball, Glendale Prep graduate Jessica Vargas achieved a milestone of landing 500 kills throughout her career at the College of St. Rose. Jessica is a senior majoring in criminal justice. Congratulations. 80 Great Hearts Arizona athletes were recently given the opportunity to do a combine at EXOS, a world-renowned athletics performance and training location in Phoenix, hosted by the Great Hearts Middle School League.
EXOS is one of the premier athletic training facilities in the world, and the EXOS Combine was an opportunity for our Great Hearts student athletes to see how well they did in things like the 40-yard dash, the 5-10-5 drill. Not only that, but it gives an opportunity for all of our Arizona academies to come together in one spot and root each other on and get to know each other better.
A lot of wonderful achievements happening in athletics. And with that, I'll send it back to you, Annika.
Thanks a lot, Grant. We have a lot to be excited about right now. From the hard court to the dance floor, the Great Hearts Prom experience is filled with tradition, with a series of classical dance lessons for our students.
Today's the last time that we're going to be practicing for your prom. We're going to start with the swing.
Each of our juniors and seniors are required to take dance lessons.
Oh my goodness. Let's review your part.
We have a wonderful teacher come in.
One more time.
And teach us some partner dances.
The waltz, the rumba, the cha-cha, the swing, and the foxtrot.
I do like the swing because it's a little bit faster paced, it's a little bit more fun.
You're going to be doing slow, slow, quick, quick, turn, around, rock, step.
Before this day, I didn't know that half of these dances even existed.
Ladies, you're going to go forward, turn to your right.
For anybody coming in new, never having experience with dancing, it will be such a help to them.
Basic, slow, slow. Gentlemen, turn. See how I'm facing him? And I'm turning to the right. He's turning to the left.
If I were to arrive at prom without having been to the practices that I have been to, I would be completely out of the water.
Now we're going to do rumba. Ladies, you keep the rhythm on the circle as you walk out so that you can be in time and sync when you get back.
Being able to go out on the floor and actually dance and not feel awkward, you know, and just standing there.
The practices have been very helpful for the endeavor of being able to dance well.
Always starting with the left and the ladies with the right. That's when you go forward. So you go rock, step, cha-cha-cha, rock, step, cha-cha-cha, rock, step, cha-cha-cha.
I love it. I get to dance with my friends and some new people, make some small conversation. It's so fun.
All right, looking pretty good there.
This continuing tradition that we instill in our curriculum, right? We're constantly seeking truth, beauty, and goodness in all that we do. So why not carry that over into these traditional dances?
We're going to be doing the waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
This is just such a unique experience for our students. They go on to college, they go on to interviews, they go on to jobs. Having experienced this rich culture, and this just adds to and elevates their experiences.
It's fun. It's really fun.
So Anthony, what was your experience with the dance lessons?
Well, it definitely would be helpful to have dance lessons so you don't have two left feet off on the dance floor. So having wedding ceremonies or other kind of parties to be able to actually use those dance moves would be helpful.
At Veritas Prep, our barbershop group, The Shave Shack, was in high demand on April 11th to celebrate National Barbershop Quartet Day.
Now every time I look at you,
The vocal group performed on Fox 10 Phoenix in an in-studio performance for an Arizona midday segment on 12 News.
We are pleased to announce that 11 seniors from Great Hearts in Arizona and Texas have been named National Merit Finalists.
Each student scored in the top 1 percentile for the PSAT. This qualifies them for recognition in the National Merit Scholarship Program as finalists of over 50,000 high scores and 1.3 million entrants.
Finalists from our Arizona academies are
Hayden Armstrong from Trivium Prep,
Tucker Flynn from Scottsdale Prep,
Mary Herbert from Veritas Prep,
Annika Kimry from Scottsdale Prep,
Andrew Coulon from Scottsdale Prep,
Alessandro Marcolini from Glendale Prep,
Leah Schlarman from Chandler Prep,
Sumed Sitharam from Scottsdale Prep,
Christian Song from Scottsdale Prep,
Will Tinker from Trivium Prep,
and Matilda Lucy Marie Cohen from Great Hearts Irving.
Such an amazing accomplishment.
We look forward to seeing great things from these great-hearted scholars.
Lincoln Prep is celebrating the amazing achievement by 8th grader Lena Jimfy for her winning student poem at the Phoenix Poefest.
My name is Lena Jimfy. I'm in 8th grade and I just won the Poefest competition. My lecom teacher, she had a poster in her class for like 4 months since the beginning of the school year, and it was about the Poefest, and she kept encouraging students to enter. I was just in class and words began to form in my mind, so I put them down like I usually do. It's about the pain people usually feel when they go through like a heartbreaking situation, whether with a partner or with their family or any kind of situation. Usually people go through a lot of pain and sometimes they're not able to express themselves. That was mainly the inspiration. I emailed my submission to them, and a week or 2 later I received an email and they told me that I'd won the competition. It was very exciting. I jumped around my whole house and everyone thought I was going crazy, but it was fun.
Archway Veritas students enjoyed a special private performance of an act from Swan Lake from Ballet, Arizona. Performances like these are made possible through the Arizona Public Tax School Credit. To learn more about tax credits, please reach out to your Academy Giving Officer.
Congratulations to the Veritas Prep mock trial teams. Team Atticus took first place in Region 4 and was invited to compete in state. At the individual level, Aubrey Klein and Mila Mestas were each named All-Region for both Outstanding Attorney and Outstanding Witness, and Salma Ahmed and Brooke Bice were named All-Region for Outstanding Attorney. The 2024 Classical Education Symposium is a premier event for both leaders and teachers. This annual event is hosted by the Great Hearts Institute.
What's a seed? A seed is a pattern without body.
They are cutting down the great plane trees at the end of the gardens. The loud common laughs of the men above it all.
Jack climbs the beanstalk, but has to find his own purpose as he ascends the hierarchy.
To ascend the ladder, we need a proper education to address and meet the highest aspirations of a human person, which is wisdom.
When I speak about how a liberal education can illuminate a life, I speak from personal experience. We were a typical Dominican immigrant family. When my mother lost her job, we didn't live paycheck to paycheck. We lived hand to mouth.
Things are so dire. Jack sells his cow or seed. A seed is a pattern without body. Find body and it will grow.
We teachers are the representatives of a culture, and the enemy of education is barbarism.
Hurt not the earth, neither the seas, nor the trees. I had this tree I climbed all the time, and I came back a few days later after I almost finished climbing it, and it was cut down.
And he comes to the giant, representing the evils of hierarchy, the evils of tyranny, and now Jack has to deal with it, has to encounter it, has to confront it.
When I think about it, I think of my ancestors who told their story through songs like Go Down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Tell, oh, Pharaoh, let my people go. The teacher's duty is thus to fight off that ever-present darkness by preserving and transmitting the heritage of freedom and virtue that has come to us from the past, but is always open to new insights and new community. I'd argue that it's the character of the teacher that is the best venue to the pursuit of truth.
The truth, by its nature, is effusive. Once discovered, it demands to be shared.
Is lifted up into something higher.
Liberal education is liberating. We share a commitment. One might say we share a calling to broaden access to a life-transformative education.
And so we come out of ourselves and our self-creation as postmodern creatures to the great tradition of Western culture.
Heart has been struck with the hearts of the plains. Half my life it has beat with these. But all day I heard an angel crying, hurt not the trees.
This is my story. This is my
Summer is right around the corner, and if you're a parent looking for an enriching experience, Great Hearts Summer Camps offer just that. Each week has a unique theme, blending classical education with exploration and excitement. These themes include Operation Summer Camp, Nature's Hidden Wonders, Celebration of Nations, and our most popular week, Farm to Table. These camps and programs provide an ideal setting for young scholars to make the most of their summer break.
And if you have an incoming kindergartner, our daily 4-hour Kinder Readiness program is designed to acclimate incoming students into our schools and the Great Hearts curriculum with the help of our academy teachers. Each week, scholars will practice and gain confidence in the skills needed in kindergarten alongside new friends. Students will be introduced to letter names, letter sounds, letter formation, print awareness, number sense, and the importance of the Archway virtues.
Registration for summer camps are now open. Sign up today at greatheartsamerica.org/summer-camp.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We will leave you now with Elinor Patient's winning recitation of The Mending Wall by Robert Frost and our Great Hearts Bard.
See you next time.
Hi, my name is Elinor Patient. I am the Great Hearts Roosevelt Bard, and today I would like to present Mending Wall by Robert Frost. Something there is that doesn't love a wall, that sends the frozen groundswell under it and spills the upper boulders in the sun and makes gaps even two can pass abreast. The work of hunters is another thing. I have come after them and made repair, where they have left not one stone on a stone, but they would have the rabbit out of hiding to please the yelping dogs. The gaps I mean, no one has seen them made or heard them made. But at spring mending time, we find them there. I let my neighbor know beyond the hill, and on a day we meet to walk the line and set the wall between us once again. We keep the wall between us as we go. To each, the boulders that have fallen, to each. And some are loaves, and some so nearly balls, we have to use a spell to make them balance. Stay where you are! Until our backs are turned. We wear our fingers rough with handling them. Oh, just
Another kind of outdoor game, one on a side. It comes to little more. There where it is, we do not need the wall. He is all pine, and I am apple orchard. My apple trees will never get across and eat the cones under his pines, I tell him. He only says, good fences make good neighbors. Spring is the mischief in me, and I wonder if I could put a notion in his head. Why do they make good neighbors? Isn't it where there are cows? But here there are no cows. I'd asked to know what I was walling in or walling out, and to whom I was like to give offense. Something there is that doesn't love a wall, that wants it down. I could say elves to him, but it's not elves exactly, and I'd rather he said it for himself. I see him there, bringing a stone, grasped firmly by the top, in each hand, like an old stone savage armed. He moves in darkness, as it seems to me, not of woods only and the shade of trees. He will not go behind his father's saying, and he likes having thought of it so well. He says again, good fences make good neighbors.